All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What's happening? Happy Tuesday. What's going on? Yeah. How we doing? We get live on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. All the important ones, I guess. Yeah. How we doing this morning? Kevin Hawthorne, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Jess Novak coming in. First one on Facebook. Glad to see you. What's happening? We got our Edge live community call today at 5 p.m. I've invited, I don't know, a dozen or so people that I think it might be a good fit with. So if you think it's something you'd like to check out, please DM me and I'll consider giving you the link. Have to check with Jess and Mark and the guys and girls and see what, make sure you check out. Seriously, though, if you think joining Edge Live might be something you might want to check out, hit me up, DM me. I'll tell you about it. Ben Bryant's one of our members. I invited Josh Baker this morning. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Yeah, come for a test drive, see what's happening. Tim Kasperzak, happy Tuesday. Good to see you. What are we checking out? You aren't checking out anything, kid. By the way, we started at 8, Ben. Hammering you at 8:01. Refresh. You can check out superiorponds.com. Yeah. Minnesota. You're in Minnesota? Are you the pond guy? Sorry, just getting that too. I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, what's happening? You are a kid. You're younger than my kid. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. What is happening? What's happening? Yeah, we're opened up here on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, all the places where all the cool cats are. I'm trying to make sure we just extend this community as much as possible. Good morning, Fred Turner. Good to see you. What's happening? Yeah, happy Tuesday. We got a ton done here yesterday. I was a wild man with a paintbrush. Got a bunch of trim painted. Hopefully we'll complete the trim painting today and into the office for wall color, ceiling, and bing, bang, boom. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. We are done with the painting. Other than the doors. Reminds me of a guy who wants to. We're 100% complete, except we're not complete. Good morning, Elizabeth Greer from Natchez. How are you? First time any of you have said I'm from Minnesota. I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm questioning why I'm sometimes here with you people. Bing, bang, boom. Yeah, so Wendy was painting all the base. I was doing all the upright stuff, and it came out nice, looking good. Painting base is no treat, just because it's just down on the floor the whole time. So yeah, it's a long way around this joint. We bought 600 feet of base to put in here, and I have one bundle left of about 72 feet. So do the math. We put on a lot of base trim. Yeah. Anyway, Ben, you must type like 180 words per minute. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the Live 365. We've been talking about doing the work. And today we're going to talk about doing the work on yourself. Okay? As you can improve the systems, the team, sales process, the schedule, the finances, and the strategy. But eventually, your business and your life are going to expose the places you still need to grow. All right, so we're going to take a look in the mirror today, because the next level of your business may require a next level version of you. Okay, everybody else isn't always the problem, right? We can fix them. Okay, like what if the thing holding your business back, if it's being held back, what if it isn't the economy? Good morning, Aaron Callie. Good to see you, man. What if the thing holding your back, your business back, isn't competition or customers or systems? What if you're the bottleneck? What if the bottleneck is you? That's uncomfortable, huh? Yeah. I mean, it's a hell of a lot easier to work on everybody else than it is to work on ourselves, right? It's easier to point the finger, right? So today is day 4 of 10 days of doing the work. And we're going to call it Do the Work on Yourself. Okay. If you're new here, good morning. I'm Bob Turner. This is Live 365. I appreciate you. If you're watching it on the rewind, please throw a fist pump or a check mark or a thumbs up or something in the chat. Sometimes people just put an RP for replay or rewind, whatever. I like to say I'm Bailey's dad and Wendy's husband, business coach, speaker, author, owner of Summit Coaching and Consulting. I coach business owners to get better at business and life. Don't have to be a contractor, but that happens to be my background. Okay. And every single morning at 8 a.m., we flip the lights on and go live. And I call it Live 365 because I started out doing it every day of 2025. Here we are over halfway through 2026, still going. Today's day 588 or 9, something like that. Okay. We talk about business. We talk leadership, accountability, personal development, and ultimately finding your edge. You got to keep the book handy. Here's the book that I wrote. If you'd like a copy and you don't have one, DM me your address, and I'll pop a note in the front cover and send you a copy. I didn't write it to become a millionaire. I wrote it to help people and to allow you guys to get to know me a little bit better. And I just wrote it as part of kind of what I'm bringing to the table as a coach. And trying to help people all the time. Okay. Today we're going to turn the whole thing around. Good morning, Roy Dahl. Good to see you. Yeah, like a bad cold. Can't get rid of me, right, Ben? We're going to turn the whole thing around because sometimes the hardest work it isn't on the business. I work on the business, not in the business, right? Good morning, Matt Moore. The hardest work isn't always on the team or the strategy or the big grand plan. It's on you. Okay. Sometimes you got to look in the mirror. We love to fix those external problems, right? That feels better. Okay. It's what we do. We're problem solvers, right? I'll fix that. I'll take care of that. Customer issue, no problem. I'll fix it. Cash issue, done. Scheduling issue, bing, bang, boom, done. Estimator is slow. I'll jump in. Employee isn't performing. Let's chat about it. Okay. But sometimes we get so good at fixing everything around us that we never stop and ask, what am I contributing to this problem? That's the question. Good friend of mine, Chris Dwyer, said to me once, we all have at least some ownership in everything that happens to us. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like that, right? We all have at least some ownership or agency in everything that happens to us. Okay. So what am I contributing to the problem? That's the question. Not whose fault is this, and not why aren't they doing better? Okay. What part belongs to me? How do we get here? That's leadership. Okay. The business often reflects the owner, right? If your company's chaotic, I'd at least ask whether you're chaotic. Okay. Thanks, Jess. If your employees don't communicate, how well are you communicating? Are you modeling good communication? See how this stuff seems like parenting, right? If nobody follows through, how consistent is your follow through? No accountability. How are you holding people accountable? If everybody comes to you for every answer, is that what you trained them to do? Bill Gustafson, we can work on that, buddy. You're working on it. Give yourself some credit. Hey, if the culture is loose or loosey-goosey, what have you tolerated? Okay. If the company avoids hard conversations, maybe that's a reflection of you not wanting to step into the hard conversations. Your team's often responding to the environment you created. It's literally a reflection of you. Sorry, Ben, this may cut deep. Doesn't mean everything's your fault, okay? It just means that as a leader, you have enormous influence. More than you think, okay? People are watching you. That influence creates responsibility. Okay. You can't out-system a leadership problem. Well, let's put some SOPs and processes and dashboards and job descriptions and org charts and all that in place. All of it matters, but a system won't compensate forever for a leader who refuses to lead. You got to step up and lead. Okay. We can't just, you can't take a great craftsman, throw him into a leadership position and expect him to just be great. It takes some work. Yeah, Jess, everybody, we're all learning and growing, right? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah, right. Like you can create a great employee handbook, but if you tolerate bad behavior, it doesn't matter. You can have a great sales process, but if you don't follow up, that doesn't matter. You can create a great org chart, but if you're jumping into everybody's lane all the time, it doesn't matter. Okay, you can spend a lot of time reorganizing the machine when the operator is the issue. Okay, that's worth sitting on for a second, right? Good morning, Dustin Hippensteel. Yeah, hey, maybe guys like me where started out like kind of by yourself in the field, doing the work, right? But the business outgrows you, right? You're like, oh, now we're trying to keep up with the business. It can only outgrow you for so long. Okay. In the beginning, like your strengths can carry the business. Hey, maybe Dustin's a great finish guy, right? And he's just carrying the business that way, right? Maybe Jess is a great salesperson, Ben's a hard worker, problem solver, relentless. You carry a lot. Okay. I think of Josh, he just commented, right? Lead with the plan and preparation and then let the team take over. Yeah. But there was a time, Josh, when you were doing everything and carrying a lot. And eventually the business grows to a point where those same strengths become limitations. Okay. You've heard the word bottleneck before. You'll hear it again today, right? Yeah. Good morning, Aqua Landscapes on Instagram. I think that's you, Roy. Maybe it's Zach. The person who did everything now needs to delegate, right? The person who solved every problem now needs to teach others to solve the problem. Okay. Person who used to work 70 hours now needs to lead. Okay. You did what you needed to do. The old saying, what got you there won't get you there. So get you here won't get you there, right? The person who's probably the best technician now needs to become the CEO. Okay. Right. All that stuff means is that the work changes. Okay. The business can only outgrow you for so long because sometimes your greatest strength can become your biggest problem. Right. Think about some of the traits that just helped you survive on the front end of business. Heavy as the head. Yeah, that's right. Think about it. You had control, independence, intensity, competitiveness. Nobody's going to outwork me. I'm going to be a hard worker, right? Self-reliance, urgency, perfectionism, right? They may all be, they can be assets, right? Until they aren't. Self-reliance becomes, I can't trust anyone. High standards can become, nobody does it as well as me, and I can't let go. Urgency can become, everything's an emergency, just turns into chaos. Competitiveness becomes, I have to prove myself all the time. See, I can do it. Nobody does it like me. And perfectionism can become like, I can't let go. Has to be the way I do it. Okay. So sometimes doing the work on yourself means recognizing that the trait that built the first version of your success is now limiting the next version. That's mature growth. All right. And that's why we're looking in the mirror today. Think about this. Self-awareness without action is just observation. Self-awareness without action is just observation. It's neat. Yeah. Hey, a lot of people know their stuff, right? I know mine. I know I'm impatient, right? For you, it could be, hey, I know I avoid confrontation. I know I micromanage. I know I procrastinate. I know I get emotional. I know I don't delegate. I know I have a hard time trusting people. Okay, now what? Like the self-awareness is useful, like good for you for being able to see that. Okay. But the self-awareness without behavior change isn't transformation. Like knowing your pattern doesn't excuse the problem. It's just saying to somebody, hey, just so you know, I interrupt a lot. Then keep interrupting, right? Doesn't make it okay. Knock it off. Knowing your pattern doesn't excuse the pattern. Do better. And ask yourself the harder questions, okay? Where am I still the bottleneck? Where do people have to work around me? Good to see you, Corey. What conversation do I keep avoiding? It's going to be uncomfortable. I don't want to do that. What responsibility am I holding on to that someone else should own by now? And how about what behavior do I tolerate in myself I would never tolerate from someone else or an employee, right? That's a strong one, that one. What behavior do I tolerate in myself I wouldn't accept from someone else? Yeah. Being late, disorganized, poor follow through, bad attitude. Oh, Ben's having a bad day today. Keeping it, cut a wide arc around him. Nah, don't be like that. How about broken commitments or avoiding accountability, complaining all the time? It's interesting, isn't it, when you stop and think about it? So today, one of the things that I was hoping to impress upon you is to lead yourself first. People talk about leadership like it's something that we do to other people. I lead my team, I lead my company, I lead my family. Leadership starts with self-leadership. Okay, can you regulate yourself? Control your own emotions? Can you keep your commitments and receive feedback and admit when you're wrong? Can you make a difficult decision without blowing everything up emotionally? Are you someone people want to follow? Can you stay consistent when things are hard? Can you hold a standard without being a jerk? Can you listen? Can you change? If you can't lead yourself, eventually your ability to lead others gets capped. You tap out, you top out. I was reading that book again, Come Home, that talked about this as well. It's like growth isn't always adding something. It could be just take something away, right? Like we tend to think personal development means more books, more habits, more routines, wholesale change to everything, more skills. Sometimes the growth is subtraction, less ego, less reaction, less control, maybe less defensiveness, less rescuing and doing things for others, less talking, okay? Less need to be right. Right? Sometimes we just need to be right. And that's not always good, especially in a leadership role. So sometimes becoming better isn't about adding another tool. It's about putting down one that no longer serves you. Put it down. Yeah, thanks, Elizabeth. Good morning, Luke McGee. How are you, buddy? How about getting coachable, too? This isn't a harder Bob as a coach. That's not what this section is about. But more to say, like, one of the hardest things about doing the personal development work is that you have blind spots, okay? And by definition, you can't always see them, right? That's why we need a spouse and a coach or a mentor or a good friend or a peer or a great employee, someone willing to tell us the truth, okay? It's not chat, all right? But here's the key. You have to be able to hear it. If every piece of feedback that you gets met with, yeah, but, then you're not coachable. If every critique gets defended, you're not learning. If everybody around you has learned to stop telling you the truth, that's dangerous. The strongest leaders create an environment where truth can reach them. People aren't afraid to let them know. Good morning, Dave Zemchek. How are you, brother? So, got an exercise for you. It's called the mirror test. Grab a piece of paper and answer this honestly. That means you. Coffee's good today. What's one area where I need to grow right now? I'm asking you guys to ask yourselves that. Not 10 things. And maybe it's delegation or patience or communication or follow through or health, emotional control, financial discipline, listening, hard conversations, boundaries, leadership, follow through, you name it. What's one thing, one area where I need to grow right now? Write it down. And then after that, answer this question. What would growth actually look like? Not, I need to communicate better. What does that mean? Maybe it's a weekly team meeting, or respond within 24 hours, or stop interrupting, or clarify expectations. Have the conversation today. So make it behavioral, not, I need to communicate better. Define it, okay? So challenge for you today, I call it the Mark Bunker homework. So I give Mark homework. Yeah, identify one thing you need to work on. Just take some measurable action on it today. Not slough it off to your employee or your spouse, not to your customer, something in you, okay? Then ask yourself, if I get 20% better at this over the next 90 days, what would change? That could open some eyes for you. Yeah. Guys, there's no shame in discovering that you're part of the problem. Hey, we all are at times, right? That's actually good news. Because if you're part of the problem, you can become part of the solution. Right? I remember when Wendy was headed out last night. She was beat, but I was going to stay another couple hours, and she felt bad about it. And I said, "Hey, I get it. I'm a lot. She said, I feel bad. You still?" I said, "I'm a lot, and right now I feel energetic, so I'm going to paint another couple hours." Okay. Sometimes we can be part of the problem, right? So I get it. You got to have self-awareness around it. Own it and work on it and grow through it. Okay. Do the thing. Do the work on yourself. All right? It's not everybody else's issue. Okay? Guys, if this was impactful for you today, pop a fist pump in the chat, check mark or a high five or something. Tomorrow, we're going to go outside ourselves again, but not back into business, okay? Because you can build an amazing company and still screw up the people who matter most, okay? So tomorrow we're going to do the work on the relationships. Okay, we're going to focus on that. Because the success is never built alone. Thanks, Elizabeth. And people standing beside you deserve more than whatever energy happens to be left over. Okay? Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Guys, today wasn't about beating yourself up. It's just about taking responsibility. Okay? There's a difference. You don't need to be perfect. You do need to be willing to look in the mirror. Okay. Where are you the bottleneck? Where are you avoiding something? Where have you stopped growing? Where are you expecting, from other people what you're unwilling to demand from yourself? Ooh, that one stung. That's the work today, okay? Not fixing everybody else. Not rearranging the business and taking a new approach. Good morning, Dave Howard. Not blaming the market, the gas prices, or interest rates, or whatever. Work on you. Because the next level of your business may require a next level version of you. Sums it up right there. I love you guys. I appreciate you. More and more of you are showing up every day. If you enjoyed it, please share it. And, today reach out to somebody who needs to hear from you. Maybe you send this to them in a DM. Take care of your people. Take care of your business, okay? And today, take care of the person responsible for leading both, okay? You. It's a Sophie Cunningham thing, point. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. I appreciate you. Keep doing the work. Yeah, Duck. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. Guys, have a fantastic day. We're going to do a bunch more painting today. I picked Sherwin-Williams Dovetail Gray for the office. I think it's going to look good with the white trim paint and the Summit coaching stuff. And we're fixing to put together a pretty good office. I'm going to build my desk, I decided, as well as the bookcase. It's going to be a pretty unique space. Looking forward to putting Jimmy's couch up and some memorabilia there as well. So, Dave, have a great day yourself. Take care of yourself. All right, guys, I appreciate you. I got to change my shirt, get on the end of this thing right here. All right, we'll see you guys. Have a fantastic day. Take care.